Hey guys, GameBoy3800 here once again with a box so big it's impossible to get it in frame, so I'm just not even gonna try. And you've read the title, no beating around the bush, let's open this sucker up. This only cost $20 to ship from Washington for this massive size noodle. Oh my god, they use not terrible packing materials. It's a miracle. Like, look at this. They use the airbags, they use the unpoppable bubble wraps here. Wow. Some high profile stuff. Rightfully so. Because this is a high profile machine from 2006. There she is. mALX R1. It's got these stupid things on them. Alright, so what makes this unit special is it color shifts. Based on the way the light hits it, it'll be purple, it can be green. Apparently it's only being purple now. This unit is number 109 of 200 from June 2006. Huh. And right away I can tell I already got a better deal than was stated. Because it said it had no hard drive brackets. I can see very clearly that we in fact do have one. At least one. If we do in fact have at least one hard drive bracket, so that's cool. Already getting something better than what the listing promised. This is a random hard drive I have. I don't think it's got anything loaded on it. Even if it does, it's going to be wiped. Now I gotta get screws for this so that it'll stay in place. But first, let's go ahead and one, check the screen, make sure that survived the journey. Looks like everything's in one piece. Let's plug up the AC adapter. Now this did seem like it had dual NVIDIA cards, or the two cards it could have. I'm going to go ahead and power up. See if it'll power up without issue. It seems like we have one issue or another. Let's try to just restart it. Yay! It's got a 7950 GTX. That's the highest end thing you could get in this. And it's supposed to have the 2.4 GHz AMD chip. That's the highest end processor you could get in this as well. If this has dual 7950 GTX that work, oh man, this thing's priceless. Maybe the limited edition only came in that configuration. Who knows? But yes, that's the winner right there. I didn't know it had that. It was a gamble on the video cards. But will they boot up? Old 7000 series NVIDIA cards are like made to die. They're not meant to last, like at all. So it's a good thing everything's booting up here. I don't know why I did the beep code at the beginning. Right? Mouse buttons are not sticking or doing anything. Palm rest is an absolutely flawless shape, actually. That's amazing. Only thing really getting me is that they put a sticker on the back here. Why would they put a sticker on the back of this priceless unit? I don't have any Gooby Gone, so all I have is rubbing alcohol, and I don't want to use that. I'll just leave it on. Who cares? Alright, I'm going to go find some hard drive screws. Alright, I found at least one screw to put into this. That way it'll stand, or roughly stay in place. Unplug you. Flip you back over. Let's turn you this way. And let's go ahead, open up the guts, because I'm sure something like this, with this much moving air, has a lot of dust in it. This is awesome. None of the fan grills are broken or in any bad shape. The last few 19-inch laptops like this I've had a few broken pieces around there. Can I really get this thing out with all the screws still in it? This thing has an unnecessarily high amount of screws to go into it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Seems like everything is in place. Those are both the right ones. If you wanted to know what a 7950 GTX for this machine looks like, look up those part numbers. Alright, so for sure, the processor fan is going to need to be reinvigorated with some new thermal paste. So let's not hesitate there. These screws are so easy to get out. I had one of these units before that it was so hard that I stripped it trying to unscrew it. I guess before I go any further, let's get this battery out. If it does have a charge, I don't want it to risk damaging, well, everything. Alright, I need to remember here a minute. I'm just going to not risk losing those. So let's get them out now. And it feels like I'm missing one screw. Oh, there we go. Let's turn that. Yeah. Definitely needed some new thermal paste. Looks like somebody had this open once before. Alright, I'm going to get some toilet paper. Alright, I'm back. I got some. And just take a look at how this thermal paste set. Or rather how it didn't. And we probably need a new thermal pad there as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure we definitely need a couple thermal pads. Wow, that's probably not safe to run like that. I do have more thermal pads on the way. We may need to put this machine on hold until they arrive. So this giant old beast, notorious for several hardware failures such as the motherboard, the video card, the memory, and the wireless. But the video card especially, because these were the old NVIDIA 7000 series, they were pretty much built to die. They had horrible BGA pins that would like melt or like fall apart over time. So while they would perform really good, you know, the year that they were made or whatever, like within the next 2 years that you got it, it would just have more and more problems. It's an absolutely horrible design, and many people think NVIDIA did it on purpose so that they would have to go out and buy a new laptop. But this machine seems like at least one of the old NVIDIA cards works. There's no way to tell the condition of the other. Oh man, that's terrible. Alright, looks like we gotta use a lot of rubbing alcohol for this one because it's spreading all over the CPU. This is one of those CPUs that doesn't have a heat spreader. It's just a die on a bare green PCB with a few things sticking up. And right now, it's sticking on the few things that stick up. Just got to be slightly relentless with cleaning this CPU. Just for how much thermal paste there was. Whoever put the thermal paste on this, put the amount you would put on a desktop. You don't do that for laptops, mate. If this was something conductive like Arctic Silver, then you would have been down to 1 CPU. Funnily enough, I am going to be using some Arctic Silver here, only because I couldn't find a good thing of Icy Diamond online. There we go, nice and shiny. Let's do one more bit here. This one last bit will be on the heatsink, just to make sure that that's all nice and clean. There we go. Anything else we need to do here? Alright, what I'm trying to do now, I have a lot of other old dead video cards here. So I'm trying to use their thermal pads since I can't find my big blue amount of them. I'm going to try to put them on here as they are. And looks like we are kind of good, almost. I don't know where my thermal pads went. I didn't have a lot of them, mind you, but I still had some. I have another great big pack of 100 on the way. Oh well. It ran before, it'll definitely run now. Just need to be careful. Just a tiny amount of thermal paste is all you need on a laptop processor. Although I think this actually is a desktop chip, so maybe never mind. I'm looking now, and it doesn't seem like these thermal pads really go to anything. Or these, okay, there's two chokes here. That's the CPU, that's the other thing. If we put this on, we have these exposed chokes being cooled by literally nothing. I do not understand what's up with that. We'll just toss another one on there. You should probably check. Alright, not really dusty at all. Wow. If you see a lot of dust coming out when you just blow into it, you got yourself a problem. If not, then you don't got a problem. I am the best with phrasings. Alright, so that's one partially in. That's the other partially in, and this other choke isn't being fully covered at all. So I do not understand what cools those chokes. Maybe that's what led to motherboard failure back then. Just gonna screw in this one screw here now. I was checking that to see if that was a crack in the case. It is not. Somebody just drew on it or something. There we go, CPU redone. I want to redo the GPUs, but I don't have any thermal pads, so they will need to wait. I hate these fan headers. I'll be right back. And there we go. By cutting the camera, I saved you 3 minutes of absolute struggle. My god. Alright, so video cards. Only thing I can really do is take the air compressor and blow them out. So I'm going to cut to when the noise is gone. Alright, I'm back. The noise is gone, but you're still going to hear some noise like this, so be prepared. Move the hard drive onto there. Move some of these around so that they don't fly away. Wow, these are completely clean. Huh. Well, now I have like 65 pounds of air pressure to go to nowhere, so loudness. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, take the plug out the bottom of the container, let that go. Loudness. Now, looks like it's time to just put this great big beast back together. Video cards are clean. I hope they don't have the same thermal paste issue as before, or as on the CPU. Ah, come on. No. Let me do this. Come on. Oh, my screw's just too big. And mALX, you are way too picky. Yay, we're going in with one screw. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get the hard drive cage back in. We're going to hope that the DVD drive works. Old laptop drives have a pretty good history of just failing for no particular reason. It's not just these laptops that have failing drives, it's all laptops. I have a much newer, much more powerful Dell Precision unit. It's a 6500. It's the orange unit I did a review on. And that's got a bad Blu-ray drive. It's like, how and why? You throw a disc in, all it does is click and spit the disc back out. It's not like you can get a driver for it. It sounds like a hardware issue. So what are you going to do at that stage, other than complain? Well, since I'm complaining now, I guess that suggests not a lot else. Alright, big old battery, get yourself slotted back in there, lock it in place. This machine only has one rubber front foot, it's in the middle, it's got the two rubber back feet, and those other ones that matter because they lift the back end up and give it airflow. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do two things. We're going to make sure that one, we didn't kill anything. And just boot it back up. And two, see if it'll boot off a USB key. Or if this hard drive is miraculously a good drive. Alright, no beeps. OS not found. Okay. So it's either a bad drive or we do need to try to load an OS. So I guess I'll be back when I can load an OS. This will be fun. Alright, this USB key is where the magic's going to happen. USB. Let's go ahead and reboot here. Let's go ahead and reboot. Okay, we're not rebooting. Let's get back into BIOS and go from there. Enables. Huh, that's weird. There's a weird divot on the minus sign. What is one? One loads default. How do I get this boot thing to work? Alright, let me figure this out. Alright, I got it. What I had to do was exclude everything and then re-include everything one by one in the order I wanted. It's weird, but let's see if it works. Spoilers, I don't know. We can hope. We get the power on beep that I enabled, so that works. Before we were getting no operating system. What do we get now? Yeah. Alright, this can take anywhere from hours to slightly less hours, so I will see you in the far near future. Alright, something happened and now I'm booting off the DVD drive. Thankfully the DVD drive works. It said some file was missing or corrupt, even though I installed from a perfectly good ISO, so I don't know what's up with that. Yep, just gonna try to boot off CD. The difference is, with the CD one, this is 64-bit. Actually thinking of it, hang on. I should have an Alienware edition home premium disc somewhere. I'll just make it look a line and stuff and not die. Yep, here it is. That's home premium, not service pack 1 though. That's just service pack 0. There's 7 Ultimate. Nah. Oh, okay. Maybe you can see that. That's what the Ultimate disc looks like. I can't find my home premium service pack 1. Where could it have gone? Oh. I have found it. It was in the very next spot on the DVD pile. Just gonna go yes. Yeah, this one was just a normal Windows 7 DVD. Now using the Alienware 1, it will get me the cool Alienware background. And just make it look a bit more official. Not that it matters, this machine never came with Windows 7. I believe you could have loaded Vista onto it at a certain point from the Eurocom model because that has Vista drivers. Wait for it to say hit key, smash keyboard, and now we're off to the races again. Right, I'm on low battery, so I will see you after the battery's charged, and this is hopefully all ready and at the desktop and good to go, good for resale. And we will see if there's any other weird quirks, because I've never had one of these machines that didn't have something to deal with, whether it be audio, trackpad, mouse buttons, or God forbid one of the video cards is acting up. But, you know, I guess we'll find out. See you then. Alright. Why? Dogs, why? Dogs, no. Why? No! Ah! Okay. We're back, and now we have the machine ready to be given user stuff, so I'll just do standard user. No passphrase, recommended. Eastern, where's Eastern? can never find Eastern. It is in fact not 2003. So it's got a bad BIOS battery, to nobody's surprise. October, Tuesday the 10th. And we'll just go with 1:30 in the morning. Totally not a virus. I don't know. It's seeing two different ones, so I'm just going to skip. One not a virus is better than the other. I don't know which one's which, because it doesn't show the whole name. This copy of Windows is not genuine. Oh boy. I have a key somewhere I can use. Ask me later, because I don't care. Okay. This is what you deal with when it can go online right away, and you don't have the key yet. So, we need to figure out if these video cards work. It's got two of them. One's a 7950 GTX, the other I do not know. Alright, it's got no video card driver installed as of yet. Just going to make the screen resolution usable. And there we go. That's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this amazing machine arriving and getting a bit cleaned out, then please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, GameWare. I will see you in the future. Alright, this is kind of a moment of truth. I got Windows activated, that's no big deal. I found some drivers. I don't know if the touchpad driver installed. That's one of my biggest concerns. It's if the touchpad works, because right now it's all over the place. I touch the touchpad, and sometimes the mouse kind of just moves on its own, and I don't know why. Whatever. This is the NVIDIA driver. This is the moment of truth. If these video cards work, and they're both 7950 GTX cards, then we have amazing luck, basically. Because what actually happened with old NVIDIA 7000 and 6000 series is that the BGA pins, the contacts, would like corrode or degrade somehow over time. And it would lead to many premature deaths of NVIDIA cards back in the day. So that's why you hear like Gateways or HPs just suddenly not getting video because their old GeForce cards wouldn't work. It was terrible. But if both of these cards work, one, great job. Two, if they actually aren't going to explode, even better. Because it's one thing if they work, but it's another thing if they immediately die afterwards. I've had that happen before. In the Sager or Clevo D700T system, I got an AMD card to work in it for like 3 minutes, and then it would never show video again. Old Clevo machines like this are just hit or miss. They either work really well and give you a good experience, or they're a pain in the butt. And if the mouse pad is the only issue with this machine, then this will be pretty painless. But right now, it's kind of stuck here. It's also doing Windows updates. I'm sure that can't help. And Windows updates love to use memory. They will use all the memory they can get when you have like 300 updates to do. So, with this thing only having a maximum of 2 gigabytes, we are in for some trouble. Now, one thing to note is that I found out that the battery might actually still work in this machine. Shut up, eBay. The battery might actually still work. I put up a battery meter, and it said it had roughly 6,300 milliamp hours of its original 6,600. So this could be a lightly used battery, if it works. I have not tried to unplug it yet. I'm not going to unplug it while it's doing Windows updates and stuff. That'll just lead to a whole heap of other issues. So when it's all done and ready to go back to BIOS and stuff, I will go ahead and just unplug while it's in BIOS, because there's no harm if it loses power in BIOS. I'm going to see what eBay is trying to tell me. If it's trying to tell me that, hey, this thing's arrived, then I'm just going to, like, hulk in a corner. Or not hulk. Let's just hide in a corner and just, like, cry because eBay's stupid. Oh, it's just a message. Message from somebody who I have no idea who it is, but we just talk a lot about old Alienware and Cleveland machines. You know, whatever, it's fun. And we are having questionable results here. Why is it taking so long? Why hasn't the screen gone black yet? What is going on here? I actually looked on the VBIOS and the BIOS, and it says it's from 2007, so this is probably one of the later machines, or later units sent out, or at the very least one of the later units configured. Because of that, you know? Or it could be that somebody got this machine, fixed it all up with all the good parts, and gave it to a Goodwill, because I got it from a Goodwill eBayer thing. I guess now we're trying to find out how long I can tell stupid stories until this video driver isn't done installing. Right now I actually have the whole machine propped up on a screwdriver so that I can help get some air underneath. If you were wondering. Also, if you're wondering, we're still doing a whole lot of nothing. Sometimes I see the CPU activity go up, but most of the time I see the CPU activity as nothing. And that's with Windows updates going on in the background. I don't know how to feel about that. So far, this is the only mALX style unit I've gotten that defaults to having the Wi-Fi drivers on, or Wi-Fi card on. Normally you need to do FN plus F11 to enable the radio. This one, though, I wanted to connect right away, and it's actually recognizing 5 gigahertz things, so this is a N, or a draft N, upgraded wireless card. So that's cool. We're still, like, at halfway, though. I'm going to leave the mouse at the halfway point. If it moves, we'll see it. Wouldn't surprise me if it says, please finish other installations first, because it is doing Windows updates. Downloading updates, 36%. It won't let me bring up the Windows update menu either. It's weird, whatever. Of all these big old machines I've had, this one's been the quietest, believe it or not. Normally the video card fans make a weird humming sound when they start up in unison. And this hasn't done that, like, either at all, or if it has, it's done it quietly. Lots of heat coming out the side, some heat coming out the front, oddly enough. I don't know why they designed a VRM fan to shoot out the front. Whatever, who cares? Ooh, we finally got some difference. Yes! Complete. It says it's complete. I am going to restart now and hope for the best. Also hope that the mouse driver installed correctly. If not, I think it's just a generic Synaptics touchpad driver that works good. Alright, so I'm going to leave the camera on. We're going to see how long it will take for... Oh, apparently not long at all, because Windows updates. Would have thought for sure that it would want to do like 200 updates. In which case, no, I would stop the camera. But no, we're going to go ahead and apparently just shut down and go right back up. If it'll ever shut down. That's the issue with these older machines, single-core machines. They don't take, noticeably long to start up, but shutting down when they need to close everything down and use the hard drive a lot, that's when you really notice it. Hey, there we go. Is the DVD out of the thing here? Yes, it is. There's an M15X right now on eBay, R2. And it's listed for like only $130. And the guy asked me, is this a scam? And he sent me the listing. And I just replied, yes. Because it's $132 from a guy with no feedback. Alright. So far I'm not noticing any artifacts. That's good. Configuring Windows updates somehow 100% complete, even though we didn't see any mention of Windows updates when shutting down. Okay, not going to complain. Alright, looks like we do have a good resolution bump. We're not in Windows 0. SLI capable system. That's a good sign. Let's see what resolution we're at. It should be 1680 by 1050. Yep. 1680 by 1050 recommended. Alright. Shove the battery meter in the corner. Does not look like the touchpad driver installed correctly because I don't see any Synaptics touchpad thing. That's a weird sound. View, standard, advanced, custom view, no. System information. Which it apparently wants to set SLI. We got two 7950 GTX cards. For a moment of truth, is one of them going to have an exclamation point to them? It's got to go through control panel. Got to get out of category mode because it's stupid. And device manager. GeForce Go 7950 GTX, neither one of them has an exclamation point. They both work. Oh, hallelujah. They both work. Oh my god, that's a miracle. This is a max spec unit. It's a limited edition. What kind of thing have I stumbled upon here? Well, SLI work though. I've seen one of these machines I've seen laptops just kind of die when they try to enable SLI. It's probably going to want to restart again. That's fine. Alright, it's going to restart again. Oh man. If we don't get any issues with the video, having two NVIDIA cards that love to just go kaput, then we have a gold mine. Right. I'm hoping that the Windows updates will just find the correct audio and touchpad drivers, because those are the only really important things. Sometimes Windows updates finds drivers like that. I know it can find like WDM certified drivers or whatnot for graphics, so it should be able to do the same. SOI has been enabled. Alright, looks like everything is good to go, just final test. Gotta have it in Windows Aero mode. Hey, it's as if by magic. There it is. We have a working mALX R1 Max Spec Limited Edition. We somehow have it. Let's go ahead and test the last bit of hardware here. I'm going to go ahead and shut down, and then boot up into BIOS and unplug and see if the battery actually is working, or if the battery meter is a lie. Because sometimes it is. I had the Eurocom version of this same machine. That said it had a perfectly good battery, but it only lasted for like a minute, and then never charged it up again. So the battery meter in this said it had like 93% charged. Let's see if any of that's going to hold true. We're on battery power. Hey, there is some truth to that. I'm not going to test the full length of battery life, but whatever. Fully working mALX. How do you like them apples? If you guys enjoyed this incredibly rare color shifting version of the mALX, then please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, Game Boy Out. I will see you in the future. I'm going to go ahead and do like all the 400 Windows updates, and then probably do a review on this unit, because this is the highest spec version of this style computer I've ever had. Well, video card wise. I've had the dual core with 8 GB of DDR2 memory. Now, that was the Eurocom. This model was the single core, 2 GB of DDR1. Big changes, big upgrades, but this is flawless. There's a few marks on the roof, a few scratches by the hinges, but that's normal use. Brilliant shape, brilliant working condition. Thanks, Game Boy Out. I'll see you in the future.